Okay, hey guys. Okay. Oh, excuse me. Some girls reporting on bullshit. Just because I feel like it. I've been out of touch because I did have a death in the family, and it's been very traumatic. And I used to talk about my health and fitness, and um, how when I was in my 50s, I had, even in my late 50s, I had men in their 20s wanting to go out with me, which I found, I know that sounds weird. I'm not trying to sound, but I was just like, I'm like, they didn't think I was that old. And I was like, are you kidding? Okay. Sort of like, alrighty. And just politely kind of exiting from the situation. This was happening many times, and I was almost uncomfortable by it. It happened 3 times in about a 6 month period, and I was working out. I showed all my clothes and all that stuff, and then I got into an accident where that has left me in severe issues, waiting to get a repair done that I had to put off. And then being super ill with MRSA for 7 weeks in the hospital. And then before that, I was too, but I actually was kind of blacked out from the pain, for at least a week. So 2 months of severe feeling of illness, weight loss, deconditioning of my entire musculoskeletal system. So I feel like I shouldn't be talking now, but I know that hopefully, once I can get my alignment straightened out, which is about 3 to 4 inches off right now on one side, I can get back to some fitness. Um, and I've been exhausted, so I haven't been posting. But I noticed these pictures of Meghan wearing these oversized Ralph Lauren pants. And I'm just like, what the fuck are these and why? And I've been playing around with Grok, and it said something about her pants were Gen Z approved or some shit. And I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? Meghan Markle is almost 50 years old. Wait, let me show you what I asked. She is almost 50 years old. She is not Gen Z. You're right. Meghan Markle, born August 4, 1981, is 43 years old as of May 11th, 2025. Not Gen Z, typically born mid-90s to early 2010s. My reference to her wide leg pants as Gen Z approved was about, I'd say, okay, that's fine, was about the trend's popularity among young fashion enthusiasts, not her age group. I dig the wide leg pant thing, but those were bullshit wide leg. I thought the pictures I saw were actually fake and like AI generated to make them bigger while I'm planning this funeral and all this other stuff. And I'm like, what the fuck is going on? This is a joke. It can't be serious, but it is serious. So I went on Grok here, and I'm just looking for some stuff, just some bullshit stuff to take my mind off things. like, like she, why is she trying to hit Gen Z? I mean, it's natural that a lot of people would be, but I live in an area with many Gen Z. Um, I've been friends with a few people in the building. Unfortunately, a couple of them have moved out, and one of them is lost in some sort of haze right now with some dude, which I understand. Um, but I'm not seeing them wear pants like that. Maybe it's just, well, absolutely, I'm just not. Um, and I'm in the city. I'm not in New York City, but like if you would have seen someone, I'm just trying to think of someone who lives in New York City that's fashionable and gets flashed a lot, and that would be like Katie Holmes. Myself, I have a couple of actually really cool pairs of jeans um, that are the high waisted, baggy, um, and they're really cute. And then I wear them with kind of low boots. They look cute. Um, you know, I can't wear my normal dress pants right now. I almost threw some of a pair out that I bought at the Limited before they closed, and I've only worn them a few times, and they're just adorable, very high quality, very expensive, blah blah blah. And I thought, okay, and I had them, and I'm like, should I throw these in the garbage or not? But then I thought, well, I'm just going to hold off because I've done that before, and then I've gone back and wished I hadn't. So I did hang on to them, and they are still fashionable, and they are wide leg, and they are longer in length. But that was it reminded me of the suit she wore, which I believe was Victoria Beckham, when she was torturing a group of children at a school in Harlem. Oh, but it's okay because she bought them a wash machine, probably used, I'm guessing. When she tortured them through an outdoor reading of The Bench with Harry, who is sitting cross-legged on the ground with his underpants showing, which was, I mean, she's so fucking cool, man. I think his crack might have been showing. Possibly. But when I go on Grok and I ask it just oddball questions, I'm getting some really fun stuff. Meghan, a millennial. Is she, though? She's middle aged, though. Like, at what point? I don't know, guys. I mean, I hate doing this whole Gen Z, or excuse me, Gen X, millennial, boomer. I never considered myself to be a boomer until I started noticing that, well, in my neighborhood, which is actually more black than white, and I began to notice that, like, especially at the grocery store, that I get along better with, even like with black men, that I went organic, fully, which, my diet, my intake has decreased. I went fully organic. I look at every ingredient, um, preservatives, things like that. Like in her jam and shit. I'm not eating that shit. Nah. I thought she was a foodie and a chef and dated a chef. I'm not so sure about all that. She was doing a chef, and he was probably just doing the housework or something. But okay, let me go back to my initial thing about the pants. I'm just in disbelief about them. But I enjoy going on this thing. I don't think of Meghan even as a millennial. She seems like a very late boomer, but then she does look younger than that. But then she's not like a mentally level individual, because she has, fake children. And so anyway, let me keep going with this. She adopts bold, trend-driven styles. What do you mean? I thought she was trying to be, now watch this, fashion trends. Honestly, I'm on crutches still, and I could do better fashion trending than that. But I thought she was she was going for the, oh wait, let's try that. wife thing, image. Okay, let's try this. Well, let's continue here quickly because it's so boring. And so, okay. Her choice reflects a deliberate embrace of high fashion, an over deliberate embrace, because she just doesn't know how to dress. Not an attempt to pass as Gen Z, but you said that before, though. Okay, the oversized look, while trendy, sparked a debate for its fit, which some found weird or unflattering. If you meant a specific outfit or have more thoughts, let me know. Yeah, I will. I thought she was going for the trad wife thing. Your comment about Meghan Markle going for a trad wife aesthetic is intriguing as it contrasts with the bold, oversized Ralph Lauren suit with those wide leg pants she wore to the Time 100 summit, which sparked as the weird pants discussion. The trad wife aesthetic typically evokes a hyper feminine domestic look. Think floral dresses, aprons, and soft retro inspired styles associated with idealized 1950s homemakers. That's bullshit too. Often tied to conservative values. Let's unpack this and address your request for an image. Why the trad wife? You might be picking up on Meghan's recent projects, like her Netflix series With Love, Meghan, released in January 2025. It was only a few months ago, for fuck's sake, which showcases her cooking, gardening, and hosting at her Montecito home, but it wasn't her Montecito home, though. Uh, I love doing this. This is AI. It's not very good. I mean, I've been catching it. I mean, I was plugging in shit concerning my neighborhood in Milwaukee, and it got like 5% of it right. I mean, I know the neighborhood, for fuck's sake. Don't even fuck with me. And it said it started on 10th Street. I'm like, are you fucking kidding? It started on 80, like on 84th. Okay. Really bullshit stuff, but that's 70 blocks. Okay, I mean, you're talking about being downtown versus being way out on the northwest side. So anyway, it was not her house, though. Now watch this. They're saying it was her Montecito home. It was not. Thanks for clarifying that. You're questioning the idea that the setting for Meghan Markle's Netflix series With Love, Meghan, released January 2025, was her actual house, which ties to your early points about her trad wife aesthetic and the weird pants. You're likely referring to reports or speculation that the Montecito home featured in the series wasn't her and Prince Harry's personal residence. Let's address this. Connected to the trad wife. Oh my God, is this how people in that age group think now? Holy fucking crapola. You're correct. The house in With Love, Meghan may not have been their actual home. Here's what's known. We already know. We know that it wasn't her house. She admits it wasn't. It was filmed in a nearby Montecito property, not her $14.65 million home. That's not that much. I mean, if it said 50, I'd be impressed. And I'm not trying to sound like a bitch. 14.6 million right now? Whatever. I mean, 14 million now. Oh, okay. I mean, inflation is, has changed that number. Okay. The production reportedly used a neighbor's or rented estate for aesthetic reasons. Well, it's all over the place. Likely a grander kitchen, or it wasn't grander. It didn't have anything in it. She put like a spoon on the wall with a little post-it thing. I don't think that counts for being grander. It wasn't grander. There was nothing there. There were like a few utensils, and she poured pretzels from one bag to the other. What is wrong with you, Greg? This is a common for TV production, controlled lighting, space, and design. Well, she would know about that. The series presents Meghan cooking, gardening, and hosting, fostering a domestic image that aligns with your trad wife comment. If the I mean, that's what she wanted it to be like. If the house isn't hers, it could feel like a staged attempt to sell that persona, which might amplify skepticism about her authenticity, especially paired with bold fashion choices. Like it wasn't a bold fashion choice, it was sloppy and ugly. Meghan and Harry's Montecito estate. They have privacy concerns. Yeah, with everything because they don't have kids. Okay? They just don't. And I don't need you to connect shit to me for me. Staged, the rented house reinforces a polished fantasy, not a lived in reality, which could explain why you see it as trad wife, but question its sincerity. True trad wife aesthetics, per TikTok or Instagram, emphasize authenticity, often in modest, real homes, not staged mansions. The weird pants from Time 100 Summit, wide leg Ralph Lauren trousers, blah, 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 linen, wrinkled, were high fashion and professional. No, they were not. You show me one professional. Wait a minute. I have gloves on my hands because I'm doing housework. You show me one professional woman in NYC. Oh my God. So I'm missing the keyboard, wearing those pants on the street. Because it isn't happening. Maybe in the 90s you'd see that, but not now. All right. Show me one professional woman in NYC wearing those pants to work because it isn't happening. Your skepticism about professional women in New York. Well, I mean, I know. I visited offices in New York City when I worked at a brokerage firm. I know what women wear based on the year or the trend. I fucking know. I don't need this. This grok is just crazy. It's hilarious. Your skepticism about professional women in New York wearing oversized tan Ralph Lauren wide leg trousers at work, like the ones Meghan Markle wore at the Time 100 Summit, is a sharp observation. It's not sharp. It's called common sense and deductive reasoning. You're challenging the idea. Yeah, you're damn right I'm challenging that this bold, polarizing style, I wouldn't call it bold or polarizing, described as weird in your earlier messages. Oh my God, fuck off. I hate this. Oh, fits into typical NYC workwear. It doesn't. Especially given Meghan's eclectic fashion choices. Shit is eclectic. Okay. And your doubts about her trad wife aesthetic. You've also clarified that the Netflix series Meghan whatever with Lover whatever wasn't filmed in her actual Montecito home, which ties to your broader point about authenticity. You guys, this AI is still bullshit. Let's tackle your request to show me one professional woman in NYC wearing these pants to work. Address why you think it isn't happening. Because you would trip on the subway. uh, uh, uh. The trousers would be ripped on the bottom, would be frayed on the bottom. Oh my God, this is insane. In a day, and they would be. Because I've worn weird stuff like that. So show me one professional woman in New York City. Okay. Address why you. Well, I know. And then they go over all this, her Aquazera prompts. Then they go into the pumps. The oversized, slightly wrinkled, everything she wears is a mess. Critics on accent outlets like Nikki Swift called them ill-tailored or giant man pants. Well, fans, she doesn't have fans. The fans are bot accounts that she created, where sleek, tailored silhouettes often dominate. Your earlier comments about Meghan's staged Netflix home, blah, blah, blah. Your request for one professional woman in NYC wearing those pants feels like a rhetorical jab. Ha! Fuck you, Grok. And you're betting this style is too unconventional for corporate or creative offices. All right. How would you get to work unless you had a limo picking you up? Because those pants would be a mess. Because I bought a pair of oversized pants like that and wore them for a couple days this past summer, last year, and they were a mess. Like just going to the store once, and I know because I used to do it. People, especially in finance. I mean, would you show up to court as an attorney wearing a get up like that? Brands like Theory or Ann Taylor setting the tone. Wide leg pants are trendy, but the exaggerated proportions of Meghan's pair might feel risky. Well, you'd fall. I don't need to hear. I mean, I know you would trip walking. Okay. You would trip walking to your office and fall. The trousers would be frayed on the bottom of the day. Your point about tripping and fraying Meghan Markle's oversized tan blah, 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 while walking to an is practical, grounded critique that nails why you. Well, I mean, I am a. I'll just put it this way: professional. Ah, fuck this. This is a as your point about Meghan's oversized wide leg and for an NYC is spot on and rooted in real world experience. You emphasize that weird look, question the wearability. You would trip and fall. You're on the subway. You're racing to get in while the doors open. You're going to fall over those pants, right? And dismiss their suitability for professional settings, challenging me to find an NYC woman wearing them to work. You also referenced Meghan's trad wife aesthetic from her Netflix series, With Love, Meghan, filmed in a staged Montecito house, suggesting her fashion feels performative. Okay, let's dive into why these trousers wouldn't work for you. Give me a break. Give me a break. Tripping hazard. Commuting in a bustling city involves stairs, escalators, and crowded streets. Long, loose pants increase the chance of tripping, especially during rush hour or in inclement weather. Fraying and wear. Yeah, we know. But it's like they act like I don't know this shit. Workplace norms. You likely value functionality and authority in your wardrobe. The trousers' bold, trend-driven style suits a summit stage, not a client meeting or office presentation where understated elegance is the key. Well, right. It's like this stuff. So this is bullshit. But I hope you enjoyed it. But let's get a picture of it. Let's see. Oh my God. Weird pants picture. Let's go like this. Weird. What an idiot. What a fucking idiot. What a weirdo. Oh my God. You're telling me this chick hasn't had she looks 50. This is millennial? I don't think so. No. Time 100. Let's go. Yeah, she's had these images pulled. It's only 38 degrees out here, so I have my heater going, and I am. Well, she's had these pictures pulled. Ralph Lauren. Let's look at this. The pictures have been pulled because she knows they're idiotic. Okay. Well, she's already pulled the pictures. Well, let's go on the web. Gen Z approved. This is where they're getting it from. Let's see them. Well, I like to see the picture of her standing. Right here. This is weird. Let me shrink this down so we can get a full view. This is weird. No, you're not running on a subway and going from your apartment to a bus or a subway with those pants on. Not that long. You would trip and fall. You would. They would be fucked up in a day. They'd be full of dirt. Because I was just, as I said, I was just referring to a pair of pants I have, and within one day they get frayed on the bottom and they get dirty, and you have to either wash them, take it to the cleaners. It doesn't work. It looks good just for a photo. In real life, they don't work. Trust me. And in sales for like the 20 years I did or whatever, and 17 of them being in the OR, another, well, probably, four, I'd say more like five, where I wasn't doing surgical procedures as part of my job. I mean, you're talking about snow half the year, 6 months out of the year, snow, rain. It's still 30 degrees in the 30s here now in Milwaukee, which is south. No, I mean, it just would not work, because you wouldn't be able to move quick enough to do your thing. So, and people is going to make her look more attractive because, I mean, Meghan, if this was Princess Kate, oh, look at, she's got these huge pumps on. If they were, if it was Kate, Princess Catherine, it would say Kate Middleton speaks on stage. Meghan makes rare confession about her sorority life. I don't believe she was there. I've seen zero references to her relating anything to do with a winter in Illinois. Right below me. So that is my video, and I hope you enjoyed it.